Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video on the Tardis zone. If you like what I have to say, please give the video a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Before I start the video, I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody that has subscribed to me. I have 130 subscribers now. I'm actually really surprised at how quick the subs have been going up in the past couple of weeks, but I'd like to thank you all. So for people that have only joined me, I've started to do a broad kind of review of each series in the new era. So I already did one for Series 1 and I did one for Series 2. So now we're on to the next part of it, which is the Runaway Bride. So obviously at the end of Series 2, we had lost Rose as a companion, and the next episode then was a Christmas special, and it was the Runaway Bride, and it starred future companion Catherine Tate. So just to give you a brief rundown for anybody that still hasn't watched the Runaway Bride. So the Runaway Bride is a special episode of the long-running British sci-fi television programme Doctor Who, starring David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. It was produced as the Doctor Who Christmas special for 2006, broadcast on the 25th of December, and aired between the second and third series of the relaunch show. In the episode set in London, the alien Rakanos Empress Sarah Parrish and the human resources head Lance Don Jalad attempt to use Lance's fiancée, the secretary Donna Noble, who was played by the great Catherine Tate, as a key to awaken the Rakanos children hibernating at the centre of the Earth by gradually, secretly poisoning Donna with the alien particle of the Rakanos used as an energy source. So that's a rundown of what the episode was about. So for me personally, I like this Christmas special. I'm not a great fan of many of the Christmas specials, I have to say. Voyage of the Damned is another one. Obviously the Christmas Invasion, but I didn't kind of like them after this one, if I'm honest. But Catherine Tate was superb in this episode. But I do feel that a lot of Whovians that don't like Catherine Tate seem to judge Catherine Tate on this episode because she's very loud and she's very brash. She's getting married on Christmas Day, and you know, there's a scene with the Doctor in the TARDIS and she's kidnapped by one of these robot Santa Clauses, and they're in a taxi, and there's a whole scene on the motorway, which is very good. Look, I'm a fan of this episode. I mean, like Catherine Tate gets a lot, as I said, gets a lot of stick, but it's unnecessary. To be quite honest, I think she's probably the best companion that we've actually had in New Who. But I will, when I do Series 4, obviously I'll talk a lot more about Catherine Tate. Obviously, David Tennant's Doctor is obviously still getting over the Rose situation. There's a scene in it where Donna actually finds Rose's jacket, and you can clearly see that the Doctor is still mourning Rose. Kind of got a bit ridiculous between Rose and Ten at the end. I didn't like the whole romance thing, so it was a nice little break to kind of have an older companion. And the chemistry between David Tennant and Catherine Tate in this episode is actually superb. And in Series 4 as well, it actually ends up being it's amazing. I think they're the best combo, to be honest, in the New Who era. That's just a personal opinion. If you think there's a different TARDIS team that had a better connection, better chemistry, let me know in the comments below. New Who, obviously, we can do Classic Who. I will be doing Classic Who reviews, as I said, at some stage, but I'm going to continue with these all the way up to Peter's series. I might even review Series 11 again. We'll see if I can stomach doing it and watching the episodes again. So 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 basically, this scene, there's a scene in it obviously where the Doctor has a chance, basically floods. They're under the River Thames in this building. Anyway, I don't know how it's explained. Anyway, the barrier that they have there, the Thames stopped flooding or something, and the Doctor floods it basically, and he uses the Christmas decoration big bombs to basically flood the place, and the core, the earth is exposed, and the water goes in, and the Empress goes crazy. But in a future episode in Turn Left, see, this is why I like this. It's Russell T's writing is far superior in my opinion than Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat did give us some great individual episodes. I'm not going to lie, he probably did give us the greatest episode of all, which was Heaven Sent. But in saying that, when it came to linking things and the little clues that during each series that Russell always put in, very clever, very subtle hints as well, little subtle hints as well, and I like that. But I mean, it's one of my favorites, but it's not, as I said, it's not my favorite. It's not me number one. My number one is obviously Voyage of the Damned, but we'll get into that one later on in the whole series. I don't really know what really more to say about this episode, except that it has its moments of excitement. As I said, that whole motorway scene is actually very well put together, and to see the Doctor try to balance the TARDIS and keep it steady while he's trying to rescue Donna out of the taxi is brilliant. And the comic, I have to say now, because Catherine Tate obviously is a comedian, I have to say the jokes in this are absolutely spot on. I mean, the comedy in this episode is actually very good. It was weird having a wedding on Christmas Day. Who would get married on Christmas Day? But that is Donna. And the thing about Donna is that Donna, for me, and I will get into greater detail when I do talk about Donna Noble. I will do a companion series as well. But Donna Noble, for me, she came across as quite vulnerable. She didn't believe anybody had any faith in her or any belief in her, and we get to see that especially in series 4. But she was good for the Doctor. She basically saves the Doctor because when he's obviously he gave the Empress a chance to back off, and she wouldn't, so he basically flooded the place, as I said. But he could have drowned there, and it was Donna that basically made him leave. Obviously, we find her out in the Turn Left episode later on. It's very good how Russell T actually linked things together. I miss him, and the fact that he said that he's not going to come back, I'm not surprised, but it would have been nice, a nice little pipe dream. Even Moffat to come back and write an episode or two, maybe. His individual episode, let's be honest, when he wrote for Russell T, he was actually fantastic. Look, when I've been reviewing these episodes and reviewing the series that I've done so far, there's one thing that is evident. I seem to, I've had more this series, this era, I should say, Russell T's era, I seem to have a lot more. I already appreciate it a lot, right? But I seem to have a lot more appreciation for what he tried to do. I just think, personally speaking, Chris Chibnall's biggest failure as writer of Doctor Who is the writing. I mean, he tried to change a lot, and it didn't work. And for Doctor Who to be a success, if I were him, I would go back go back to the same old formula. He might think it's bland and mundane and, you know, a bit predictable, but you don't have to be predictable in the writing. You could still write something amazing, but have an old feel of Doctor Who, and that's what a lot of and I've seen a lot of channels. They're all doing reviews of since 2005 onwards. There seems to be this will and desire for people to hear people like myself, fans like myself, talk about, you know, their favorite episodes. I mean, I know I haven't said much about the Runaway Bride, but I mean, lot of you have already seen it, and if you still haven't seen it, and if you judge Catherine Tate on this episode, I think it's actually wrong. A lot of fans don't like Catherine Tate as a companion in Series 4, and as I said, I will get into that again, but it's ridiculous because she is the best companion. Trust me, there's a lot of things that Donna does for the Doctor in Series 4, unbelievable, and little subtle things as well. I mean, that one of the best characters we've had in Doctor Who in a long time, in my opinion. And yeah, so next, obviously, we will have I'll have the review of Smith and Jones. We will have a new companion in Martha Jones. Again, just before I finish up on this video, Martha Jones is another companion that's highly underrated in my opinion and gets a lot of stick unfairly. Again, she done a lot for the Doctor and it doesn't seem to be appreciated. I think she was a great character too. But the Runaway Bride, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this. I mean, there's non-stop, you know, there is non-stop action in it, to be quite honest with you. There actually is pretty, you know, hectic, yeah. And David Tennant, obviously, he got his first series under his belt, and he was in Full Flow, his second Christmas special, and he's in full flow, and yeah, he started to, you know, as I said, I had my doubts about David Tennant, but he won me over pretty quick enough. But if I had still any lingering doubts, they had completely disappeared. He is, and he'll always be remembered by some fans, especially since the new era has begun. He's a lot of New Who fans' favourite Doctor, and I'm not really surprised by that, to be quite honest with you. He had got a lot of fans, but then of course Matt Smith came along as well. For me, you know, David Tennant, I'll be talking about David Tennant's best episode. It's in Series 4, but I'll talk about that. But he has some good episodes, but there's one episode in particular in Series 4 that I absolutely love, that I think he's brilliant in. But yeah, David Tennant definitely grew into the role of the Doctor and was absolutely fantastic, as Christopher Eccleston's Doctor would say. So that's it, folks, for this video. I don't know, I didn't really know what to kind of say for this episode. I actually really hate doing reviews for the kind of the Christmas ones, because, you know, yeah, we all missed the Christmas special when there wasn't one this year. Obviously, like, you know, last year I should say. We're all used to having Doctor Who around Christmas time, and let's be honest, they don't be the greatest episodes in the world, but come on, Christmas Day Doctor Who, it's an institution now at this stage. It's just unfortunate that Chris Chibnall made so many changes. And I will be doing a video on the whole, just like thoughts that I'm having now, just to talk about, just to let you kind of know why I thought. I haven't actually really done a whole video. I've said bits and snippets in different videos and stuff, but maybe I should actually do a whole video and let you know the reasons why I actually didn't like Series 11 of Doctor Who. Maybe some of you out there that have a problem with the fact that I don't like it be a little bit more understanding. I don't really care, but maybe if I get it out there, you will probably realise, okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all have different opinions. I do know that this series does have its fans, okay? But what you fans need to understand is that there's a lot of fans out there that don't like this series, and this is why we clash all the time. There's been a lot of bad blood in the fandom a lot lately. You know, and we all get accused of doing things. I've been accused myself of being sexist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever there is, misogynist, everything. I've been called every name under the sun, and and you know what? Like, it's stupid because it's everybody is like this because of the TV show. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said in many videos that it's more than the TV show to me, and there's a lot of other fans that probably feel the same way. But it is a TV show, and I think a lot of you need to, you know, take a step back before you attack anybody because of their beliefs. You know, I put a lot of things up on Twitter and on YouTube and on Facebook, and there's always one or two that I always want to have a little bit of a moan. But the thing about it is they don't want to have the argument with you. All they want to do is result. All they want to do is insult and incite hate, basically. And you know, I get accused of that because I like exposing people that basically attack others, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I mean, that's just who I am. I said it from day one. You know, all I want to do is just enjoy a show that and talk about a show that I really have loved watching all my life. Like, I'm 40 this year, so I mean, you know, Doctor Who's been it's been in my life ever since the 80s. Like, so I mean, it's kind of sad, you know, the way the fandom is kind of going on, but that's just the way it is. And the reason why I am the way I am is because a couple of those fans crossed the line, and you know, ever since then I've decided, you know, if you're going to come after me, well then I'm going to expose you. It's as simple as that, and I don't care if anybody thinks I'm wrong in that. I don't really care anymore at all. I said this a few weeks ago. I actually don't care anymore. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let anybody, and it's the same, you know, comments in my video, people bullying people in my videos in the comments. You know, you think I'm going to let that slide as well? I'm not going to let that slide, you know. At the end of the day, don't be coming on me comments to harass people. Everybody's entitled to an opinion on the comments. I look at all the comments anyway that I get. I've had some that basically, you know, I can't mention on here, but like the language used in them, you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. This is the way society has gone, and it's not just Doctor Who, it's everything. If you have a different opinion to the masses out there, you know, you're going to get a bit of stick. It's just the way society has gone now. But listen, this was supposed to be mostly all about the Runaway Bride, but of course, as usual in all my videos, I always kind of go on a bit of a well, some people call it rant. But you know, there's a lot of things I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks. I haven't done a video in a while, and I'm sorry about that. I know I've been throwing out other videos, and I hope you have enjoyed them. You know, I try and, you know, I've had a look around and see if I can find any more little gems out there, put them up for you, because, you know, that's what it is Doctor Who group. So I will start on the Smith and Jones review. So that'll be series 3. And as I said, new companion in Martha Jones. So I'll do that whole series, and then obviously then Christmas special, and then series 4, and then so on and so on. And in between that, I will do other videos as well. I've been asked to review Torchwood, so I'm gonna give Torchwood a review as well. but I'm not going to review the fourth season, or is it the third season? Hold on now. No, the fourth season. Yeah, the fourth season is the season where they went to America. I'm not a fan, so I'm not going to review something that I'm not a fan of. I did watch the whole series. I didn't like it. I said this from day one anyway, that it either should have stayed in Cardiff or London. I don't like when British TV shows start going to America and start filming in America. I prefer them to be on in the country of origin. To be honest with you, that's just me. So I will review series 1, 2, and 3. If there's any other spin-offs like Class or Sarah Jane Adventures or anything else you would like me to review, down in the comment section. Right, I will talk to you all very soon. Have a good night and stay safe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. I'll have another video for you soon enough anyway. So good luck.